Hey, Odell. Just want to know if you can take us through how that option pass play came to be and what it was like to execute it so effectively in the game.
McVay, like I told you, he just had a lot of confidence. We ran it in practice, and I was literally throwing right into where the wind is coming from, and I didn't have my best throw and didn't connect with Cam, so I didn't know if we were going to get a chance to run it. Sometimes those type of things happen. It gets taken out, and he was like, "I'm calling it," and I was like, "Bet, I'm gonna be ready to go." And it just kind of it's a play I ran already once before, connected to Barkley for a touchdown, but I think I gave Saquon a better pass than I gave Cam. So just happy that we connected on it. And it's always a lot of fun when you're in those places of the game where you still can run a play like that, and you know that it's just kind of a momentum killer. We're already up and ahead, and just finding ways to keep connecting and making plays.
Thanks very much.
Claudia.
Hey, Odell, you have been making some big plays, obviously. How did you like this matchup with the Bucs secondary? They could be a big challenge.
Absolutely. You're going against Super Bowl champs at Raymond James. It's Raymond James, isn't it? Raymond James. It's going to be a tough challenge, a tough matchup. I think they have a phenomenal defense. It's not going to be an easy task, but we prepared hard, and the goal is to always, the same thing I've always told you, is to go in there and win.
Thank you. Good luck.
Thank you.
Lindsay.
Hey, Odell. Yesterday, Jalen was talking about you kind of being the offensive version of himself, just like with how hard you work and whatnot. But he also said that he's kind of misunderstood too. And I'm just wondering why you think you've been misunderstood. And since you've been in LA, if you do think you've been misunderstood, do you still feel that way?
I mean, it's not from like y'all that I feel misunderstood. I'm always just going to be that. Since I came into the league, there's been drama, this, that, like, bro, it's something that I've gotten over. I know who I am. I feel like once you get comfortable with being in your own skin and you know who you are, all the outside and things that could be said and this and that, it means absolutely nothing. And to me, it means absolutely nothing. It's just fluff. It's just talk. I know who I am as a person, as a human being, as a football player, what I feel like I'm capable of. Even after injuries, all that, I know who I am. So none of what's said about me matters to me.
And is this somewhere that you would want to stay going forward?
Absolutely. It's something to look at, after the season, and wherever God wants me to be is exactly where I'll be. It's not something that's exactly at the forefront of my mind right now. It's just so focused on the opportunity that we have here and the reason why I chose to come here, and just want to take full advantage of that, and let the chips fall where they may, and God will always handle the rest.
Thanks, Odell.
Absolutely.
Kevin.
Hi, Odell. These teams have faced each other a lot in the regular season over the last few years. In what ways does it help the Rams to have brought in somebody new like you or Von Miller on the defensive side?
I don't necessarily know how to answer it because I've seen some of the matchups, and I know that they beat them in the regular season. And I wasn't there, and I can't remember the games from last year, but I know this has been very tough battles. There's two heavyweight teams going at each other, and only one could win. And you always prepare to win, and that's exactly what we want to do. So I just hope that I could, make some plays to help get this team going, give it a spark whenever we need, and find a way to come out with a W.
I guess I was just referring to the possibility of adding new dimensions, new challenges for the Bucs.
Yeah, definitely something, necessarily they haven't seen on film, but, we're all in the NFL. You watch film from the past games, and you see what players are capable of, and, to add a Von Miller and myself, it gives them, just a new challenge, a new opportunity for them as well.
Thank you.
Dylan.
Hey, Odell, this is kind of related a little bit to something Lindsay asked you earlier, but, regardless of whether you cared or not, I mean, there was this kind of there's questions about how you might fit in here culturally when you signed. And I was just kind of wondering, I mean, do you look at that and think, okay, that was a kind of a byproduct of a misunderstanding? Or have you changed at all since you've come here? Or was this maybe just a case of you finding the right environment?
No, I mean, I don't think it's I just feel like I've said this before, the world needs to place their finger on something to feel comfortable with what it is. And whenever it comes to me, they want to label me as this selfish, this diva, blah, 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 all the, the things that are said that really, like I told you, mean absolutely nothing to me. And I chose to come here because I seen a great opportunity and knowing that I'd be able to play great football, not coming here thinking I'm going to be the #1 receiver. I'm going to get 16 targets a game, because that's not the case. I get whatever opportunities I get. I help open up other things for the offense, and I'm going to make the plays whenever I have the opportunity. So like I say, the whole perception of me, it's no offense to anybody, but I don't really care, because I just know who I am ultimately, and I know what kind of teammate I am, what kind of person I am.
The fact that it has changed so much over the course of this year, though.
One question, man.
Say it again.
The fact that it has changed so much, the perception of you has changed, I think, a lot over the course of this year. What do you think that's a function of?
I think you take it as a grain of salt, because it could get to a point in the game and I could be frustrated, but really just wanting to pump everybody up, and they see something on the sideline and it's like, oh, there he is. There's the old, you know what I mean? Like, it's just the way that the world works. It doesn't really make sense, but that's what they do. So I think winning cures everything. That might be the answer. I think winning cures it all.
Thank you.
Jordan.
Hey, Odell, really quickly, Matthew Stafford mentioned after you did throw that pass that you threw it right-handed, but he felt like you could have thrown it left-handed. Are you able to do that in reality? Are you ambidextrous in reality? Could that have been a possibility if it went to the other side?
Yeah, I feel like I always joke about it, but I think I was born left-handed, and just, growing up, everybody around me was right-handed. And when you go to the baseball field, everybody's got right-handed gloves, and it's just something that I could have thrown it the other way, but I'm just happy they called it that way, and we'll just leave it at that.
Okay, thank you. Just wanted to clarify that.
Absolutely.
And wrap with Kurt, Emmanuel, and then Dennis.
Hey, OBJ, sorry about that. We've seen you both home and away before the game give away your shoes to kids or gloves. Have you always done that? Is that a form of giving back? Is that a form of getting your focus off pregame? Can you give me a little bit of your heart and soul why you do that?
I never really maybe understood, like, if it was a focus on pregame or whatever it is, but I remember, I'm telling you, there's very few memories that you have as a child. And I remember playing in the Georgia Dome at halftime, getting our 4.5 minutes to play football. And Mike Vick was my favorite player of all time. And I just remember, that split-second moment of love that he gave me, where, Mike Vick's looking at you and he, "What's up, youngin?" You know what I mean? I don't remember exactly what he said, but that moment. And I know that God has put me on this earth to be an inspiration for these kids. And I just see them there, and, whether they're in a Cardinals jersey, Buccaneers jersey, back when I was in New York, even Philly fans who hate Giants fans, like, the kids still wanted that moment. And I just know that I would never let that opportunity pass, if it's in my control and I can really make it happen. So just giving away cleats, I just know that, what you give out is what you get back. And I just feel like I want to give out nothing but love, because I'm in a very receptive place in my life, and that's all I'm, looking for, is just love back. So just giving back, blessed.
Appreciate it. Good luck Sunday.
And then quickly, Emmanuel and Dennis.
Hey, Odell, what's your relationship like with Bruce Thompson, and why is it important to wear the Dreamathon shirts pregame?
Just support. He didn't necessarily get to fulfill his dream of, being in the NFL, and this is something that he's put a lot of hard work into, and dedication. And you see a guy who's really a great human being, and works hard to find a way to make a way for himself. So I'm going to always support that. I support my brothers, you know, and just helping out the business side of that and just watching it take off throughout the NFL. I'm just very happy for him. You know, it kind of goes back to, you know, the giving away. I just feel like you give love out, you get love back. And that's just, you know, what all I'm about, even despite being the bad guy that I really am. So.
And Dennis.
Odell, do you feel like you're in a good place in your career right now?
Yeah, I feel like I'm at least where my feet are at, and I'm taking advantage of the opportunity that's presented itself. Obviously, you know, statistically, this isn't exactly what I would have envisioned for myself, but like I said, there's X, Y, and Z opportunities, and I feel like I'm affecting the game and being able to, you know, just give a spark when you need. And I think people tend to forget that football game is 11 guys and it takes all of us to win. So, you know, running a certain route where you may not have gotten the ball, but you're clearing it out for somebody, like there's so many intricacies that happen throughout a game that I know that I'm doing my job, and I just hope to continue to do that, you know, especially this Sunday, find a way to come out with a win.